So my name is Rafael. I'm from IBM LTC from Brazil. And I'm here to talk about the SDK, which has a full feature IDE for those who are willing to port the application from X to Power or optimize for Power. So the SDK is a free of charge solution for Power. It is available for X, for Power Little Endian, for Power Big Endian. We integrated with advanced toolchain with a set of libraries and open source tools, open source development tools and libraries that are optimized for Power. And also integrate with classic Linux performance tools like Valgrind, OProfile, and Perf. Also, we provide tips and fixes on migration and application to Power. So I will talk a little bit more in the next few slides. So you can see that we provide a quick fix that analyzes your source code and make suggestions on the best solutions for Power. Of course, it is ready for cloud. You can use the SDK to connect to any VM available on soft layer or your VM in your data center. Looking at what the SDK is, there is four main parts of the SDK. So the first is the tools that we develop internally. There are tools developed by IBM Research from the guys located in Haifa, Israel. There are a set of and a bunch of open source tools we rely on, and all that tools integrated into the Eclipse platform. So if you want to start your journey to Power, the first part of it is migrating your application from x86 systems to the Power, Little Endian or Big Endian. And we have the tool called Migration Advisor. These tools performs a static analysis of your source code, then identify possible problems and provide quick fixes and suggestions on that. There are checkers that allows you to identify several problems. So we are going to provide a new release by the end of this month, which has much more checkers and much more optimization on migrating any application from X to Power. And we are adding the capability to migrate from Power Big Endian to Power Little Endian as well. Suppose you migrate your application for Power, you don't have a Power machine to test. We integrated two tools that help you running and debugging your application using your laptop, your x86 laptop. We integrate with QEMU user mode and with the IBM POWER Functional Simulator. So you can get the QEMU and for cross-compiling, for example, using the cross-compiling version of the advanced toolchain. And cross-compile your application and execute it using the QEMU user mode. Or you can use the POWER Functional Simulator, which simulates a full machine, and boot any image that you want to start. So we provide a minimal Debian image with the packages necessary to develop an application. And you can use the SDK remote capability to connect to that VM, to the Power Functional Simulator, and develop your application, all in your laptop, using your x86 laptop. And once you are able to run your application Power, you can optimize it. We integrate with the FDPR, which is the Feedback Directed Program Restructuring, which reads your linked binary and optimize it. So it optimize it even more. So if you compile your application with O3, for example, FDPR has an option called O5, which optimizes it even more. During the profiling, the FDPR provides a journal which is an XML file, and this is the input for the source code advisor. The source code advisor is a tool that provided tips and hints that show possible problems within your source code. So if you have any problem, the source code advisor will point the problem and explain what's causing that problem. For the SDK 1.9, we have quick fixes for those problems as well. if you use all the suggestions we provide and you are not happy with the performance of your application, you can use the CPI breakdown tool. It uses the CPI model to break down use the QEMU events, the CPU events, and show possible hotspots in your application. For example, these red blocks here are hotspots. So when you double-click these items in the SDK, it will drill down the source until the source code that are generating that hotspot. And then you can use the other tools you have to analyze and improve the performance. Okay, if you're not satisfied with the performance yet, you can use the Power Performance Advisor, which works similarly to the CPI, but it put together groups of events and show the values of those events when you profile your application. It is important to state that this SDK is free. You can get this in our website. We have a client for x86, so you can install your laptop, then use our remote capabilities to connect to any machine running, any Power machine, in any cloud or your data center, and develop your application. For remote development, we use Git underneath, so it's very fast to synchronize the source code between your local laptop and the remote system. And for the SDK 1.9, one of the main, so we are trying to cover most of the Intel API to migrate to Power. It's a little bit hard work to do, and we are almost, I can say, 40% on cover all the migration. But it's ongoing, it's a process. So every time, every release, we add more and more capabilities on migration. And so our dream is to develop a tool that is called the one-click migration, where you can just press a button and your application will run on Power. The SDK, again, is free. It's available for download. You can get it right now, use it, and help us making the moving or making the development application for those new hardware that we have behind us here easier. So give it a try. Let me know, or let anyone in the LTC know if you need anything else from the SDK, and we'll build the tool for the developers who need it. So that's all I have to do for today. Thank you.